We're doing an analysis here of spring and fall. And in this poem, our speaker is going to be an older man talking to a little girl. And they're looking at a grove of trees. I just drew one lovely tree, but a grove of trees that were beautiful for the fall time in their best colors, and now all the leaves are falling down and turning brown. So he's talking to the little girl. He says, Margaret, are you grieving over Golden Grove on leaving? She's crying. She's upset when she sees this. He said, are you grieving about that, about Golden Grove losing its leaves on leaving? He says, leaves, like the things of man, you with your fresh thoughts care for, can you? So you can care about leaves the way you care about human things. And then he tells her, as the heart grows older, it will come to such sights colder by and by. You're going to see way worse stuff than this when you get older. As the heart grows older, it will come to such sights colder by and by. And he says, nor spare a sigh, and you won't even bother to sigh. The worlds of Wanwood leave me a lie. Even if you saw worlds full of forests like this, with their leaves turning all brown, falling on the ground, you're not going to be crying or sighing over that. You're going to see things that are way worse. You're not going to cry over this kind of stuff anymore. And he says, and yet you will weep and know why. So there will be reasons you cry, and you're going to know why. Like you're looking at this forest now, and you might not be quite sure why watching the trees lose their leaves is making you cry. But in the future, you're going to know exactly why you're crying. You're going to have bigger things to cry about, and you're going to know exactly what you're crying about. And then he tells her, now no matter, child, the name. Sorrow's springs are the same. The sources, the springs of sorrow are the same. No matter what you're crying about, it's all going to be the same thing. He says, nor mouth had, no nor mind expressed, what heart heard of, ghost guessed. He said, you couldn't say, you can't even think in your mind what you're guessing in your heart, what you can feel. He said, and what she can feel is that's making her cry here. He says, it is the blight man was born for. The blight that man was born for, death. It's death that she's crying about. It's Margaret you mourn for. When you look at that tree, you can feel in your heart the same thing is going to happen to people, that we don't last forever. And, that's what's making you cry. It's not really the leaves. It's really what even your young heart can feel about people, that life doesn't last forever.